Richard Penninger. Peggy, are you there?
Yes, I'm Peggy Nelson. I'm here.
And we have another person in the studio with us. I didn't know. I was so surprised when she walked in. But we have Suzanne Kachmar with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us again. We appreciate it.
Oh, we love having a dynamo in the studio when we can. And my God, they just never know what we're going to find out when you're on the studio with us. And you've got a new pop-up
Yes,
concern.
we do. We do. This is our 20th year for the gallery.
Right.
So we're always trying to think, what do we do? We had a great 19th anniversary and a 15th anniversary. So this is kind of the synergy, the community, arts community synergy happened, that we had an opportunity to do a pop-up. We've done pop-ups in Bridgeport, we've done pretty much, but this time we had an opportunity to go to New Canaan. And frankly, part of it is a business reason, that with the grants being so difficult and sponsors being spread thin, because there's more great stuff happening in Bridgeport, so frankly I have more competition. I needed to go to another community and see if there's a way to go and get some, actually, first of all, to bring our arts and culture and to raise awareness so people understand the great art scene that's happening in Bridgeport.
Sure.
Introduce them not only to the art and the culture, but also the people, and to kind of change this negative stigma that people in other parts of Fairfield County may have about Bridgeport. We just wanted to show them that. But also we're hoping that we can have some real opportunities for artists and arts organizations, not only mine, by the way, and by looking for some sponsorship. We've had really great feedback, support. We've already made some sales. That's part of the idea, right?
Sure.
For example, we just had a grant round that we were in, and I'll be honest with you, we didn't get the grant that we've often got for probably 15 years in a row.
Whoa.
And that money was going to be for kids in schools.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that happens, the artists that we pay, and in 2022, we paid out $151,000 to working artists. Most of that was for teaching artists, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
When we don't have the grant to pay them, the artists go to the affluent communities and they work there, and guess who suffers? The kids in Bridgeport, right? And we get calls all the time. I've got 5 programs going on right now. I don't have any grant money for it. We're just doing it because we know it's important and we have to do it.
Yes.
And we hope. We shake out of the tree, and we've been doing that for 20 years. So.
And it's grooming audiences for the future.
Exactly. It is doing that. And this is what we're doing in New Canaan is we call it a social experiment. It's a cross-county exchange, right, of arts and culture and people.
Right.
And we have gotten a really good response, and I'll tell you, we're going to have a great party on Saturday, so even for that.
But now give them the details about the party on Friday.
So
Saturday.
on March 9, it's from 4:30 to 8. Tomorrow. We have 20 artists, because we have 20 artists in the show. We're going to have live music by Black Rock's El Sarah. She's a great singer-songwriter, folk singer, I'd say, and pops. And then we have the Rick Reyes Trio. A lot of people know him from the Cosmic Heroes.
He's been on the show a lot.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have food and wine, and we have such a diverse range of art. Mosaic, roof tile that someone used to make. Ayaba, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Ayaba made these wonderful collages with tar paper, basically. And then we have fiber art. We have wooden sculpture. We have painting, photography. So we hope people will come out and enjoy the show.
Okay.
So it'll be wonderful.
How did you go about choosing the artists who would be part of this exhibition?
Well, we were trying to figure out, I wanted to make it a Bridgeport Art Trail sampler. So, you want to give people an idea of all the different and dynamic stuff that people can see throughout the year in the arts spaces, but also in the studios. And so I decided to use artists who have in some way participated in Bridgeport art events over the last year, right? And that really is our arts community. It's not just the city of Bridgeport. And that's one of the things that we do. We attract, and not only my organization, we attract people from the region. And people want to be part of it, right? Even the people that have studios in Bridgeport, they're from the, greater Bridgeport area.
Right.
So I wanted to get a diverse range of artwork and as dynamic as possible. We even have some work that has neon. Chris Dam, who's Ursa Gallery, he's got some of his flower lamps and his illuminated paintings that he does with the little light bulbs. We're city lights. We had to have lights, right? So we have a lot of light in the window and on the walls as well. And then, I'm a curator. I have a master's degree from the New York Academy of Art, and I have a rubric that I use, and I did curate this show. And it's content, design, execution, and taste, right? Everybody's taste gets involved in when they're looking at art, no matter what. And so I use that rubric all the time. And when you say, what is design? Design is you go back to the principles and elements of the design, right? So it's line, it's color, it's value, it's dominance, it's repetition, it's unity, texture. So those are the things that I use to curate this show. And it's the people. Somebody told me that once, that the shows we put together, it's not only about the art, it's about the people. We just have a great community of artists, and so when it's my anniversary for the City Lights, I treat myself to pick the people that I want.
Well, you should.
Thank you. And I put together a show of people that I love to work with and people whose art I really respect. And I think it's evident that it's a really strong show.
Right.
So.
Right. These are terrific artists, and I guess when I was reading about this, I was thinking, Fairfield County stretches all the way down to New Canaan. I mean, it's a huge county.
Yeah.
And art has been, in my opinion, art has always been that thing that has brought diverse groups together.
That's
and
right.
So it's a perfect mesh of taking what is Bridgeport, which to me, again, Richard and I talk about this so often, has this incredible art scene that I don't know of any other city in Connecticut, or maybe even East, who has what Bridgeport has.
You're not the first person that I have said that, and I mean, I've always been here, right? I mean, 40 years ago, we started the first City Lights right on Fairfield Avenue, where the PKN studio is. And in fact, with Dan McCara, and Dan McCara is in the show, and I had a flashback when he walked into the space, because the space we had a similar front, with glass, windows and all that. And I said, boy, we're far away from the 240 Fairfield Avenue from 40 years ago, so it's really been quite an experience. And if people want to know more about what we're doing, they can go to the BridgeportArtTrail.org website. There's one piece that says New Canaan pop-up. You could read about it. We've been on News 12, we're on WSHU and WPKN, and we're in a couple of newspapers as well. But and social media, Facebook and Instagram as well.
Okay.
So,
now, tomorrow for the get-together beginning at 4:30.
Right.
Open to the public.
Open to the public.
Okay.
Food, drink, music. I think I'm going to put a table with some drawing pads and markers, and people can have fun. And if they don't want to just sign their name, they can leave us a little drawing or something like that.
Sure.
This is for us to all enjoy. Oh, and by the way, we have some other things that we're planning. On March 23rd, we're going to have a tango night.
Oh.
Yeah. There's someone local who reached out to me who teaches tango and has tango social events. And so all of this will be up on our website too within the week. He'll have like a 1 hour before the party starts. If people want to learn tango, there'll be a fee for that. And then we're going to have a night of calypso and reggae. And there's some of the musicians that played at the Nest during Black History Month. There's one guy, his name is Lou Rodney. He is fabulous. He's from Trinidad, and he has a couple of bands that he's going to bring to us. And I think Ayaba performs with him as well. So it's going to be a wonderful experience here. We're going to have an artist talk in there. Carlos Bierne and Scott Schult and Ayaba Ibu Mandingo are all going to be in the space throughout the time that they're there, demoing their work. There'll be hands-on opportunities. So we're bringing basically what we do at the Art Trail to the pop-up in New Canaan.
Right. Now, how long will this run? It opens tomorrow through...
Well, this show should run until mid-April. We're hoping we have the space till May 1. And who knows, right? I mean, I've always said when I took over the City Lights, which was 18 years ago, we're going to ride this wave as long as we can.
Sure.
I started out making $400 a month there. We didn't know, right, what was going to happen. And here we are at our 20th. And so who knows what may happen in New Canaan. It might be the same type of a thing.
Okay.
I hope.
location in New Canaan.
Yes, it's 84 Main Street, so it's downtown New Canaan. About a half a block away, there's a municipal lot. It's very cheap to park there. In fact, on Saturday, I think it's free. There's 2-hour parking on Main Street itself, but those get snatched up pretty quickly. But so I know it's going to rain a little, but come anyway. You'll have a great time because that's when the music. There'll be lots of sun and light inside the gallery space.
Okay. And the gallery
Can you
space
say
is
some
formerly
pieces
what?
have already? Oh,
Yes, we already sold some pieces. Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm so
You know.
excited about that.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes we do a show, we don't sell anything, I'll be honest. In fact, I'm City Light's best customer.
I'm sure.
I don't have the heart, you know, when people bring stuff and they lug it and they work hard and then they put it in their car and they bring it over. You know, I gotta do something. You know, it's just not fair for
Right.
people. Just put it up and take it down. And so we try to help, you know. We have a collection that City Lights has, and I have a collection too.
Okay, all right. And it's free, as you said.
It's free.
But
We will
donations
take
are accepted.
donations.
Yes, okay.
Yes, especially because we didn't get that grant, and we
Yes.
really want to do these programs in the schools. And like I say, teachers and principals, they ask us all the time. We don't want to say no. It's great, and it's money for the artists, right? It's money for the artists as well.
Sure.
And like you say, we are grooming the next generation. And our art programs are very relevant. They have social consciousness to them. They're about the environment. They're about ecology. We show them world art so that the students know about different cultures. We work with the Gay Straight Alliance programs in Bullard Havens right now. So kids are working on that. They're going to have an exhibit at the gallery. Let's see, seniors are going to have an exhibit at the gallery too. We want to do all this stuff.
Sure.
We need the money to do it.
Okay. And what's coming up at the gallery while you've got the pop-up going?
It's funny you ask. So since we put so much energy into it, it's going to be called Closet Art and Other Things. So we have a closet full of work from artists who haven't picked up their work. And we've never shown it, right? So
Right.
we're going to shame people. And also some of it's really nice stuff too. So we're going to put that up, but then we will have our anniversary show in April. And then, this is something to look forward to. We're
What's
going to during the art trail, we're going to bring 16 artists' work from Chile to our gallery. They're all fiber artists. Carlos Mierne, who we work with, who's from Chile,
Right.
is curating the show. And it's going to be artists talking about living under the Pinochet dictatorship. It'll be their stories. And there's a lot of it I think the Americans don't know. America
I'm
had a big involvement in that, you know, supporting Pinochet, and so you know, there's that coming to terms there, like other things that we have to come to terms with, you know, and just being aware is a beginning, and also maybe understanding that there were a lot of people in America who might not even been aware of some of the stuff that was going on. So, you know,
When is that?
that'll be during the art trail, and you know, and then of course in June 22nd will be our Pride exhibit as well. So, yeah, we'll have
Our trail is in November.
Our trail is in November. Pride is in June. Our anniversary show will be in May. We're actually going to do another pop-up, come to think of it. We've been invited in August to show our work at Art Place in Fairfield.
Oh.
And then the Art Place artists are coming to Bridgeport. So that's another cross-county experience
Sure.
that we are doing.
Okay. I like to ask people who are so involved in arts like you are, why do you continue doing it?
You know, I could just sit in my studio and make art. In fact, I have a studio at the Nest, and for the longest time, I started out being in a studio with other people, and then I took on my own place. In
Right.
fact, I lived above Murphy's Law over here when I was like in my 20s, when it was a punk bar, you know, that was across the street from our first City Lights. And I always enjoyed having my studio to myself, but now I enjoy being in a community of artists, right? And I also and I always loved curating shows. You know, I found that out through the first City Lights, and I enjoyed that. And then I also find that by curating or getting artists, you know, to exhibit or show their work or work in the community, it magnifies what my experience, right? My involvement, because I'm only limited to what my two arms can do and what my expertise in arts are. But when I can work with other people like Carlos in fiber art or someone else who does glass or neon or mosaic, it really expands. And also, as you know, the arts are that platform that connect people who may think differently. Right? I mean, for so long, we know there were times when folk artists weren't allowed in the United States from different countries because they didn't want anybody to pollute anybody's mind with, understanding another culture or something like that. So we know that the arts are a way to be an icebreaker and a unifier, and a way to educate people socially and also give them that artistic respite that people don't realize they need. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I like it very much.
Yeah, me too. And we're very excited
Well,
about
I
this.
don't know what we would do without you as far as what's going on. When we need guests on the show, I always call you.
Yeah.
And you come up with 2 or 3 people, and I always find out you're just every place. I don't know how you have the energy to do it when it makes me
That's what I was
exhausted.
thinking.
It's the magic of the internet and social media.
It
You
must
see
be.
so much, number one. And we run the Bridgeport Art Trail newsletter twice a month, so we're always getting information.
Right.
And every time we do something, we want to do something a little different, right? We don't want to be boring. And even for my the Faces exhibit that we did for Black History
Right.
Month, I wanted some new people. So I had seen Pierre Sylvain's work online, basically, and and I said, would you be in our show? And I was so grateful. For this exhibit in New Canaan, he had a wonderful piece of Ruth Bader Ginsburg that he did.
I saw that.
So I went up to his home and picked it up, and I got to go in his studio, and I was blown away.
God.
He does stained glass, he does felting, he does mosaic, he does painting on objects like shutters, like you might see in the Caribbean, on a house or whatever.
Sure.
And oh my God.